Welcome to One Shot D&D. I'm your host Judah, and joining me today is Mike and Austin from the D&D live play show, Crit1nDun. Welcome to the show, you guys.
Thanks, Judah. We're excited to be on here, man. We're always pumped to get to collaborate with some of the other people in this space.
Yeah, really excited. Can't wait to do this.
Yeah, dude, I've been trying to get this recording done with you guys because I'm so pumped. After watching like your first two streams, I was like, fuck, these guys are funny. I'd love to see what I could do with these guys. Yeah. I mean, like, look, as much as we can support each other in this community, I'd love to, you know? So like stuff like this where we can collaborate, not only is it promoting each other's content, I get to play fucking more D&D, dude. Come on, dude. It's a win-win, really.
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with more D&D.
No, fuck.
Right.
If anyone's like, oh no, I've played too much D&D this week, I'm like, you fucking kidding me? What do you mean too much?
Oh man,
D&D?
I have to create a new character and a new voice. Oh man, that sucks.
Oh, whoop-de fucking dude. Oh, how hard is your life, dude? Sweet. So before we get into the one shot, let's do some plugs up top. Have you guys got anything that you would like to plug straight away?
Yeah. So I mean, one of the collaborators that we've worked with kind of almost from the beginning is a company called Worms Trove. If you go to our Instagram, you'll see them on there. But basically, they do dice, they do different kinds of D&D merch. If you go on their site and punch in our code, it's just our name, Crit1nDun, you get a discount. But yeah, Worms Trove, they sent us over some cool gear. We usually try to show it off when we're doing our streams. I mean, that's the only thing that I think. I mean, Austin, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the only page that we're like technically you could say sponsored by or affiliated with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, besides ourselves, we always sponsor ourselves at Crit1nDun. You can catch us on Twitch, YouTube. Are we on anything else besides Twitch and YouTube?
Instagram, bro.
Yeah.
Instagram.
You're also in
about
our
the Instagram.
hearts. You're definitely also in our hearts. So just, well,
That's true.
Plug cardiac arrest, I guess. I don't know. Fantastic. No, that's so cool. Yeah, I'll have your Twitch, your YouTube, and obviously your Instagram in the description below as well, just to make things a little bit easier to follow. But yeah, if you like this show, for example, and you want to support us, please rate and share this show with at least two of your best friends. And if you don't have two best friends, that sucks. I'm sorry for that. But you can follow.
You can make two friends on D&D Beyond.
Exactly.
Send it to them.
There it is. I would give you my associates. I would give you my links to be my friends, but I'm not looking for any applications right now. I hang out with too many people. Cool. But you can also follow us on One Shot D&D. We have a Discord where, we can chat more about each episode. We share D&D stories, character ideas, art, etc. But you can find links to all of these things in the description. For today's episode, I've created a little one-shot specifically for Crit1nDun. But before we get into that, let's introduce your characters. What have you guys brought to the table?
Sure. Yeah. So the character that I'm going to be playing, he's a tiefling, Path of the Zealot barbarian. His name is Sir Fabrizio Aniguali Diottieri. He's going to be super Italian sounding, even though we're within the D&D realm, I'm assuming. So he's just going to be a neutral good, follower of Tyr, really just a knightly kind of figure.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I have for us is a silver dragonborn, Thaxus Brightscale.
Fantastic.
He's a devout follower of Tyr, raised in the temple, lawful good, very strict, devout follower, and just like a no-nonsense, all about justice type of guy.
Yeah, cool. Love it. These are such interesting characters, and when you sent me through your characters, I was like, oh, what can I do with this? It's fantastic. So before we get started, again, let me just make sure I'm getting everyone's name right. Fabio?
Fabrizio.
I'm going to call you Fabio. No, okay. Fabrizio. Okay, fantastic. Yeah. And then Thaxos, is that correct?
Yeah, Thaxus.
Yeah, Thaxus. Okay, I love it. Love it. You guys ready to begin?
Hell yeah.
I'm ready.
Cool. We begin our adventure on the eve of a great battle. You're sitting in the great hall of the chapel, rows of dining tables all occupied by your fellow brother knights. Before you eat dinner, though, you wait, because the archbishop has to address the army and bless the food before you partake. You wait a moment, just chattering amongst your friends, but the archbishop finally makes his way into the chapel. He walks up to that throne seat, and before he sits down, he stands in front of the great hall. All the knights stand in reverence. He stands nice and tall and addresses the crowd. My sons, we gather today together before we lay siege to Antioch. I have received a vision that the city shall fall at our hands. We shall once again reclaim the land on behalf of the Empire. The Divine Ones have chosen you to lead the charge against the heretics. But tonight, eat, rest your body, for tomorrow shall be long, but tomorrow we shall be victorious. Long live the Empire. A chorus of voices repeat the slogan, Long live the Empire. And as you go to sit down, your fellow knight, Sir Galahad, rushes to his table running late for dinner. Sir, what have I missed? He smiles really quickly, pushing back his luscious brown locks, and then he starts digging into his food. What are you guys doing?
I would say Fabrizio's probably, I mean, this is kind of all he's lived for up to this point. So he sees his fellow knight digging in. He kind of does the same thing. Similar kind of demeanor, similar kind of long flowing brown hair.
Mm-hmm.
This is just kind of like what he's been looking forward to this whole point. If he can go and spread the teachings of Tyr and go and take over a heretic kind of place, he's all for that. So he's very confident and excited and just ready to go.
Yeah, very cool.
Thaxus is with his eyes closed, muttering to himself in prayer, eating. When Galahad starts scarfing down his food, he goes, Galahad, be careful. Eat slowly in honor of Tyr. Do not waste this food. Take your time.
Galahad looks up at you and he goes, "No, you're right, brother. I apologize. I just nervous energy, if you will."
You need not be nervous. Justice always finds its way, as our Lord has told us.
I give my brother Thaxus a little nudge. Thaxus, he just wants to fill himself up, full of the spirit of Tyr before the battle. Let him enjoy his food. Tomorrow will be much glory for everyone to share.
Yes. Tomorrow. Glory, yeah. Brothers, I do wish you the best of luck in tomorrow's battle.
You will not be joining us, brother?
No, I will. I want you to know that I do care deeply about both of you. Each of you have a place in my heart.
Of course, Galahad. Yeah, I mean, brother Thaxus, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but we feel the same way.
It's Mario. Fucking love it. Yeah, he looks. No, I love it. He looks at you and he goes, "I only wish the best for you. You know what? No, forget it. Let's just enjoy dinner, right? Let's enjoy dinner." He raises his glass, attempts to toast you.
I pick up my glass and say, "Yes, enjoy our meal, for it will give us the energy we need to crush the enemies of our Lord."
Yeah.
I raise my glass with him as well. I say, "For Tyr, for the Empire."
And
I take mine.
Yeah, cool. Galahad responds and he goes, "Yes, for the Empire, I guess." And then he drinks, but the rest of the night just goes simply. You guys are finishing your meal. Again, you're making sure that you don't drink too much and you don't eat too much. You're going back to your dorms and you're about to get into bed. You have your own separate dorms. Is there anything you guys want to do before you go to bed at all?
Are we still with Galahad, or we're kind of separate?
You guys are
now?
separate. You guys have your own separate dorms, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as far as me going back to the dorm, I would just say that this is kind of a routine for Fabrizio at this point. He's a seasoned warrior. He just kind of, before he goes to bed, checks his armor, checks his weapon, makes sure everything is kind of in its place before he, kind of turns in for the night.
Mm-hmm.
Thaxus would go and he has a little altar for his warhammer. He rocks a warhammer with one hand and a shield in the other. Puts his warhammer altar. He takes off his holy symbol, which is a warhammer with the scales of justice on them.
Yeah.
Hangs it up. Says a quick prayer. "Please, Tyr, guide justice and guide us and all my brothers tomorrow, so that you may come home and feast in victory."
Fantastic.
And then he goes to bed.
Really cool. You say your prayers, you prepare yourself for battle, getting ready for bed. The moment your head hits the pillow, it takes a moment for you to just wind down, but you guys are out. You sleep. We cut forward. You're in the middle of a siege now. You've already broken through the walls and there is commotion all around you. Braziers are lit, the sound of trebuchets firing, fiery boulders overhead, the sound of metal clashing against metal. It fills the air around you. Galahad yells at the top of his voice, "Remain vigilant, brothers. Do not let anger lead you astray." Roll initiative.
All right, let's do this. I got a 10 on initiative.
10?
I have advantage. Hold on. I got 23.
Fantastic.
That's slightly better than 10.
Just a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, you just edged me out.
Yeah.
Bro, Fabrizio's ready to go.
Yeah. He's in on this, dude. This is what he lives for.
I'm the cleric. I'm sitting in the back, giving out orders,
Yeah.
healing people up.
Fantastic. Right now, what you guys see is just commotion. Fabrizio, you see in front of you, there are two little guards, and I do say little because they're much shorter than you, and they don't look experienced at all. They have these ill-fitting pieces of armor. They've got their swords and like a really crude wooden shield, and they begin charging at you. But you get to act first. Go ahead. What do you do?
I go charging in with the halberd.
Yeah.
And just take a big swing at if they're both coming at me. I take the first swing to the one on the right. 22.
Definitely hits. Yeah.
Okay, so that's going to be 8 damage.
What was that, sorry?
I
8
just
damage.
got there with the hit.
Yeah. 8 damage. Cool. You go there with 8 damage and you start just swinging your halberd. You've done this. It's a practice move. These guys are like dummies to you, and they are dummies. Your halberd finds a lot of purchase in this guy's shoulder towards your right, and you see that it more or less cleaves most of his arm away. It's still attached, but it goes right to the bone, and despite all the noise around you, you're pretty sure you heard a bone crack as well. And that's your first attack. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Yeah, I'm going to pull it out and then turn back and swing it kind of overhead and try to hit him on the other side of his other shoulder.
Cool. You're trying to knight him?
Just pretty much, yeah. So that's 25.
Definitely hits, yeah.
And 15 damage on that
15
one.
damage? Cool. You go ahead and slash with the second attack, and as you're slashing, your halberd's quite big. With that cleave damage, you manage to nick the other guard as well. You completely kill this one guy, but the leftover damage as you're swinging through him somehow gets into the other guy as well. And that's your 2 attacks. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, I think I'm good. Fabrizio's, he's like you said, he's done this a million times. He's calm. He's just in there swinging his halberd around.
Dick swinging. Let's get it. Fantastic. Thaxus, it's back to you, dude.
Where am I relative to this battle? Am I a little bit further behind? Are they in front of me?
I would say, being a cleric, you're about like 30 feet right behind him. Obviously, Fabrizio has sprinted ahead of you. You can see the field in front of you. There's 2 fellas There's one guy in front of you with Fabrizio, and there's 2 more coming towards you and Galahad right now.
Okay. 2 more coming towards us. I have to check how fast my movement is, because it's not much. 20 feet. Are they within 20 feet of me?
They're about 15 feet away from you. Yeah.
15 feet? All right. So I see the 2 coming in, trying to flank Fabrizio. I run up to them with my shield and my warhammer, and I go to strike the closest one to me.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, that's not good. That's 7.
7? 7 unfortunately misses. Just misses. Yeah. These guys are pretty shitty. Again, like I said, ill-fitting armor and just a plain wooden shield, but a 7 just misses. You go to swing with your first attack on your warhammer, and unfortunately, it doesn't find enough purchase. Second attack, if you have it.
I don't have a second attack, but what I'm going to do is, as a bonus action, Embodiment of Law.
Yeah, cool.
I can cast an enchantment spell as a bonus action.
Sweet, do it up.
So I'm going to cast, this is it. So I'm going to cast Bless. I'm going to cast level 1 Bless on Galahad, myself, and Fabrizio.
Yeah, cool. Fantastic.
Hold on one second. I have something with that as well. So Voice of Authority, if you cast a spell slot first level or higher that targets an ally, they immediately get a reaction with a weapon attack against a creature they can see.
Yeah, fantastic. Galahad is definitely a bit too far away from the guys because he's behind you on the order, but Fabrizio still has one guy in front of him.
So, Mike, you get an attack on that guy.
Yeah.
So I get to take. So I can feel the bless, and me and Thaxos have been in so many battles at this point that once I feel the bless of Tyr, I know where it's coming from.
Yeah.
So as I can feel it, guys, Thaxos, thank you, brother. I take the halberd and I go to swing it around again.
Hell yeah. Do it up.
Oh shit! That's a crit fail.
Ooh, okay. Never mind. Tyr's just looking at you from the heavens, and he's going, that wasn't because of me. I want you guys to know that was sweet. You go to swing, and unfortunately, this guy is weak, but you see that as you go to swing, he, instead of standing his ground like most enemies do, he ducks, and you just swing right past him. Fantastic. Back to Galahad. Galahad is at the bottom of the order right now, and Galahad rushes behind you there, Thaxos, and he starts swinging at the 2 fellas in front of you. So, first attack is a natural 19 on the die, and then a 15. So both of them are going to hit, and you see that he cleaves one completely, and he's significantly hurt the other one with his long sword that he has. So he has a really huge bastard sword that he's just swinging recklessly. Completely cleaves one of them. There's still one left. So right now on the floor, there's one in front of you there, Fabrizio, and one still in front of you there, Thaxa. These guys are going to attack. First one's going to go at you there, Fabrizio. Natural 18, look at that. Does a 20 hit you?
Yeah, 20.
Yeah, sick. He is going to... Oh, look at that. Max damage for these guys on a D4. So they get you with 5 points of damage on slashing. It's effectively just a shitty little weapon. These guys don't even have a second attack. That's how fucking garbage these guys are. Not that you're garbage at all, Thaxos. You've got other shit that you do, but... And then a natural 4, because fuck me, right? You see the second one's coming at you, and looking at a cleric, he's like, I don't even know why this fucking guy's glowing. And he gets just a bit too distracted. Just pings right off your shield. Back to the top of the round, Fabrizio, it's back to you.
Yep. So I'm just same thing. I'm gonna just wheel that halberd back and try to just smash it right on top of this guy's head.
Go for it.
So it's gonna be 22.
Yep, definitely hits. Yeah, definitely hits.
And then 10 damage.
How do you want to do that?
So just almost like if you're chopping like a block of wood, just swings the halberd all the way around.
Yeah, cool. Just right through the middle.
Right on top of his head.
Love that. Love that. He doesn't even know what's happening. He sees the halberd go up and he just goes, oh, well, should have just stayed at home. You kill him straight away. You still got one action if you want it. They are about 30 feet behind you. So if you can still get there, I'll let you have your other attack as well.
Yeah, so my movement speed is 40.
Yeah, brilliant.
So I'm gonna
get there.
As soon as I finish this guy off, Galahad and Thaxos they're my boys. So that's my first instinct. So I kind of yank the halberd out of his head.
Let go.
And wheel back around towards them.
Yeah.
And then same thing. I'm just gonna take a big swing, and I have that extra reach with the halberd too. So I can attack from 10 feet away with that. So I'm just almost swinging it like a baseball bat at this point, just trying to cut the guy in half.
Just fucking call in your shot. Go for it.
You get an extra D4
11.
You get a plus D4
on all your hits.
So I will let you know right now, their AC is 13. So if you get a 2 or above, yeah.
Okay, I got a 3.
Oh, it's sick.
So
yeah, you get him. Yeah, you get him.
Sweet.
Nice. Go ahead and roll damage, sorry.
Oh yeah, 13.
Yeah, he's done. How do you do this?
Sweet. So I'm just kind of running back towards my boys, like I said, almost holding it like a baseball bat at this point, and just try to go right across the waist, almost like to cut him in half.
Sick. You go and you cut him right in half, and as you go ahead and just nick him, you see all his guts start spilling out, and he just looks at you and goes, I should have wore a belt. Should have wore a fucking belt. And he just collapses to the ground. You guys see that there's just carnage all around you, and this carnage is just getting bigger and bigger and louder all around you. But as this happens, I need everyone to roll me a dex save, please and thank you.
Okay.
Save. You can add the D4 to that as well, Mike.
Okay.
Galahad got a nat 20. He's good.
So with the 4, I'm at 14.
14?
I got 9.
9? Cool. Unfortunately, both of you failed. DC was 16. You see this huge boulder land right next to you, and just an explosion of fire as both of you take 19 points of damage. A huge fireball lands right beside you. You quickly move away, dust yourselves off, put out any fire, and you pick yourselves back up. And something seems really off because, again, this shouldn't have happened. Make an insight or a perception check for me.
Plus 6. That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20?
My insight's my insight's plus 6.
Yeah, cool.
Good. I rolled a 4 on perception.
Unlucky. You're looking around, you're like, where's that fucking guy? Yeah, Saxus, you're looking around and you go, something's weird. This shouldn't have happened. Our trebuchets are behind us, shooting ahead of us. There's no way they would have landed short. You look up and you follow the direction of this fireball, and you see that there's a cloaked figure hovering over the battlefield, and he's about to launch another fireball at you. What do you do?
I see that. Galahad and Fabrizio are right next to me, right?
It is your turn as well.
All right, good. I turn and I point to them and I say, look out, brothers. Here they come. He's shooting another one at us. How far away is this spirit from me?
He's about 60 feet in the air, and you see this cloaked figure is charging another fireball, and he's just looking directly at you guys.
Okay. Then I'm going to use Sacred Flame, which is 60 feet, and he has to make a dex saving throw of 14.
Dex saving throw of 14? Cool.
Yes.
You rolled a nat 1.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
So I got to take
Crit 1 and done.
He got a crit 1 and done, dude.
Crit 1 and done.
He falls and he just sprains his ankle. His basketball career is done.
He's done. He takes 10 radiant damage.
Woo. Yeah, cool. So he takes 10 points of radiant damage, but as you're surveying the scene, you actually see that there is actually a ballista about 10 feet away from you as well that any of you can get to.
All right, I'm going to run up to the ballista.
So you've used your action to cast your spell, but a bonus action will reload this so that it's ready for the next person in the order, which is Galahad right now.
I will do that. I'll say, Galahad, quick, over here.
Yeah.
And begin to reload the ballista.
You reload it, it's primed, ready to be shot. Galahad runs over and he turns the ballista and he fires the ballista off, and with a natural 4 does fucking nothing. You see he lets off this ballista and it just flies right past this hooded figure. The hooded figure doesn't even move. He waits for this thing to just fly past him. He's a bit too far away and it's way too loud, but you can swear that this guy's fucking chuckling to himself right now. Galahad uses his bonus action to reload the ballista, and again, Fabrizio, back to your turn.
Okay. So you said he's 60 feet up.
He's 60 feet up right now. Yep.
So if I want to do an attack that's got a range of 60 feet, I can just kind of reach him.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, absolutely. What I do is essentially, because that is the end of your reach, it'll just be an attack with disadvantage. If you want, the ballista doesn't have that disadvantage, but if you want to try something, yeah, you can roll with disadvantage to try and get him.
Yeah, I want to try and get him.
Yeah, fuck it, why not?
I'm just a little pissed about the fireball that you got hit with.
Go for
so
it.
because of the type of tiefling that I am, I can actually cast Ray of Sickness.
Hell yeah.
So I'm gonna cast. Let me grab it. The 8. I'm gonna cast Ray of Sickness up at him. Let's see how this goes. Okay. Oh shit. All right. So if it's disadvantage, I only rolled a 7 to hit.
Unlucky. You just filled with this fiery fury, you let this ray of sickness fly out, and once again, this hooded figure with one hand and a fireball just brushes his hand. It almost like he's just shuffling some like dust off a shelf. He just pats it away. Back down to his turn, he throws that fireball. Right now, he's gonna aim for Thaxos and Galahad because you guys are closest. Unless Fabrizio, did you move at all, or are you still close with Galahad?
No, I didn't move. I just, once I saw all of their back and forth, I just kind of turned and tried to shoot that Ray of Sickness up at him.
So I'll get you and Thaxos to roll a dex save for me then.
Gotcha.
Galahad's okay.
That's +1, 17.
17 passes.
Yes. Yes.
How'd you go, Fabrizio?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I rolled 13.
13. So 13 fails, but you're going to take full 19 damage. And then Thaxos, you're going to take half of that because you did pass. So
Gotcha.
you take 9 points of damage instead. Cool. As that happens, you pick yourself back up. Again, it didn't knock you down prone or anything, so it is back to your turn there, Thaxos. The ballista is already loaded from Galahad's previous turn. What do you do?
All right, so the ballista is loaded.
It's essentially,
Okay,
you
so
get
then-
a +5 to hit right now.
All right, I'll use my action to fire the ballista.
Yeah, go for it.
It's a natural 17 +5, so
Fuck
22.
yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Cool. You, boom, let this ballista go off again, and Galahad is kind of holding the thing down to make sure it doesn't shake at all. And as you fire this bolt, you loose a bolt, and it flies through the air, just absolutely pinning this figure right in his right shoulder, sending him flying over the city ramparts. You lose sight of him. He just flies back. What do you do?
All right, so I'm going to use my bonus action for mass healing word. Since we got a little banged up.
Yep.
So I'm going to cast that at level 3.
Yeah, very cool.
I say, gentlemen, let's heal up and let's go get that son of a bitch. And when I say that, everyone gets 2d4 plus my spell casting modifier. So that's 2d4 plus 3.
Come on,
7
Thaxos.
damage. Everyone heals 7.
7 damage?
All right,
Fuck,
I'll
dude,
take it.
Thaxos, what? Yeah, cool. Galahad appreciates that. And again, you guys see that there are more and more guards starting to come in, and these soldiers are running towards you guys. But Galahad the Valiant just turns his head towards you and he goes, brothers, I must ensure that threat has passed. And he just doesn't say anything else, begins sprinting towards that direction. What are you guys doing?
I say,
I would say-
Galahad,
and-
not alone. Run after him.
You run after him?
Yeah, same. We've like had battles with Galahad before. He's like one of our friends, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, I would probably say, Fabrizio, lead the charge.
We would know. We'd say the same thing. Daxos, we go. And we just fucking,
You guys start
just
fucking sprinting. Yeah.
Right.
You're
You're
definitely
running
faster
after
than me. I'm like, I feel like I'm like the heavy set guy, like,
fucking wait.
trying to bring up the rear. But I'll be fine.
Out of nowhere, you pull out as a bonus action your inhaler. It's like, yeah. One of your conditions is asthma. So you guys
that's my dragon cold breath. It's the asthma.
You guys start sprinting, and as you guys are sprinting, you guys are being slowed down just a little bit. Again, as you guys are running, I won't make you roll for it, but you see that you guys are just pushing apart soldiers. You're running through ramparts and whatnot, and as you pass through these ramparts, you go to a small forest, and you push to the other side, and you see that Galahad is already halfway across a wooden bridge, a rope bridge that's about 200 feet in length, leading towards a cliff on the other side. You look down,
Galahad's got wheels.
He's fucking sprinting.
He's got wheels. God damn.
You look down over the bridge and you see this torrent of water underneath the bridge. The sound of this rushing water is deafening to your ears. But what do you guys do?
I mean, for Fabrizio, I would say if that's our boy and he's that way, I would just be reckless abandon. Still hightail, even though with the bridge and all the water. I mean, I would check back to make sure Daxos isn't too far behind me.
Yep.
But I would still be just hightailing it. Like, if there's a bridge, I'm going over the bridge.
Yeah, cool. Taxis, you follow?
As he goes stomping over the bridge, before I run up to it, I just quickly look. I like grab the ropes. I just want to make sure they're like no frays or anything in the ropes.
Yeah, you're looking and
I'll
you're
be
like,
right there.
Yeah, you're going through your OSHA violations list and you're like, swinging bridge, check. Rushing water, check.
Once I know that the bridge does it appear safe, secure, it can hold all three of our weight.
Definitely.
All right, then I begin to run after them.
Yeah, so you
Bringing
begin
up the
to
rear.
just run and traverse this bridge, and both of you are looking ahead, and you see the cloaked figure actually appear on the other side of the bridge. He lets go of his right shoulder before lighting another fireball and aiming it at you. Galahad lets out a brutal war cry and rushes to the end of the bridge. The figure turns in the last moment and hurls a fireball at Galahad, narrowly missing him as he leaps to the end of the bridge. He quickly gets up, turns to face you, and he looks back at the mage, who's readying another fireball. Again, his shoulder is just pinned with this huge ballista bolt. He looks back at you, and you see him smile. And with one great swing of his bastard sword, he cuts the bridge, sending both of you to the rushing water below. In that moment, as you descend, you see the figure hurl another fireball at Galahad's direction, and as you fall, you lose sight of it. But as you're beginning to fall, you see Galahad's bastard sword topple over the edge of the cliff and fall into the water. You see the water approaching you very quickly. You brace yourself, but as soon as you hit the water, both of you black out. You awake, once again in your dorms. Life has been a bit different for you two since the incident at Antioch. Today marks 10 years since the death of Galahad.
Yeah. Okay.
What are you guys doing?
So we get a long rest.
Yeah, you got
Very
a long rest. Yeah, you can go well rested.
The longest rest.
Yeah. So you guys weren't in a coma for 10 years. Yeah. Essentially, it's been 10 years, right? Again, you weren't in a coma for that long. You were retrieved, but it's been 10 years since then. What are you guys doing?
Are we still in our individual dormitories, or are we like out in the common area?
You're in the individual
All right,
dorms. You can make it back into the chapel, which is the common area for everyone.
And it's the morning, right? It's like early in the morning?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Okay.
So life has been kind of going on at this point. It's not like we just, like you said, we wake up and then 10 years later coming out of a coma or something.
Yeah. Life has definitely been going on. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, so I would say I wake up and, Fabrizio, it's a normal day. He readies his armor, makes sure his halberd is ready, and kind of heads down to the mess hall just to see what's going on, if there's any specific orders for the day. I don't know if we're still at war with somebody or if there's a specific battle that's going on, but just kind of in his normal kind of soldierly routine, preps his his sword, everything is set up in his room, ready to go, heads down to the mess hall.
Yeah, cool.
Thaxis wakes up, grabs his holy symbol that's hanging on the wall, puts it around his neck, makes sure same thing. His armor is adorned. It's on a mannequin in his room. His warhammer's on his altar. He leaves, and I think the first thing he would do is head to the temple, say some prayers before he goes eats.
Yeah.
So I'm going to head to the temple area.
So you guys walk outside of your dorms. Again, it's been 10 years since this incident happened at Antioch. Since then, the Empire did successfully finish the siege at Antioch, and they were victorious. So you guys have gone through multiple crusades after that as well. But as you guys are walking out, Fabrizio, you making your way down to the mess, and Thaxos, you making your way down to the temple. And as you are converging, you see that one of the squires actually runs up to you. Father Seraphin would like to speak to you at once, and both of you preferably. What do you guys do?
Okay. If that is what must happen, Fabrizio Anegual Diotieri, he will go.
Yes, lead the way.
The squire takes you all the way to the archbishop's quarters, and then you see that he pulls out a piece of paper, he checks that off the list, and then he goes to the next thing, and he goes, I have to go now. And then you see he runs over to complete his next task for the day. You approach the archbishop's quarters, and you stand by the door. Are you guys knocking, or are you just walking straight in?
I think I would walk up to the door and knock.
I was going to say, if I knew I was summoned, I'd probably just not like brazenly swing the door open, but just kind of knock.
Like an Aragorn
I walk up and knock 3 times, and you just give me a look and just walk in.
Just open the door.
Wait. What holy archbishop? Take your time, sir.
I understand, but we were summoned. He wants us to come talk to him, so we go in.
As he walks in, I go behind him and Archbishop, I apologize for Fabrizio's eagerness if we disturbed your prayers.
You instantly prostrate yourself. You're on the ground. I apologize for him. As you guys are entering, you see the archbishop, and he speaks to you. Enter, my sons, enter. You walk into the room and you see a very clean study, a simple bookshelf, a few oil paintings of previous bishops, archbishops, and a simple desk, a standing mirror, behind the desk, a large ornate rug. It's a very clean room. It's just a really simple room. You walk up to the desk. You see the archbishop is sitting behind the desk. Are you taking a knee or are you bowing? What are you doing?
I'm gonna go down. I'm just gonna go down on both knees, lower my head, and say, what do you require of us?
So I'm still standing next to him, kind of just in a normal, proud kind of stance. I noticed I kind of look over at Thaxos, because we know each other so well. I give him a kind of look should I be kneeling right now? I guess I'm assuming that I don't have a lot of interaction with the archbishop, so I'm kind of looking over at Thaxos to
what's the protocol?
I look up at him and I yank him down by his clothes. Get down here. Get the fuck Come on, show some respect.
You're making me look bad.
I give him a little nod. I get down on a knee next to Thaxos.
Yeah. As you do that, Archbishop Seraphin looks at you and he just goes, "No, arise, my sons. There is no need for formality. Today marks a decade since your miraculous resurrection. All praise to the divine ones that have graced you with more life." He stands up and he begins to walk around the desk saying, "I call you today to inform you that we have found the mage responsible for the ambush at Antioch. He was discovered at the coastal island of Arwad. He has already disrupted several of our supply runs to Cyprus, which has caused the people of Cyprus to doubt the strength of the empire. I ask that you travel to the island and end this attempt at revolution. I could send heaven's armies to squash this bug, but I would rather my 2 most trusted knights complete this task without alerting the enemy to our large presence. Moreover, I have chosen the 2 of you as this may finally bring you peace, knowing that you have avenged your fallen brother." Make an insight or history check for me.
I got 11 on history.
Yeah? Okay.
11.
I got 9 on insight.
Okay. With an 11 on history, that's enough to kind of remember. Well, look, despite the island of Arwad being on the route to Cyprus, the Empire announced ages ago that this land was actually unholy and defiled. So therefore, it's actually forbidden for any Templars and knights such as yourself to venture onto the island.
So I want to ask him then at that point if I know that. I said, listen, Archbishop, I do not mean any disrespect, and of course, I want to go avenge my brother. If the mage is there, then my halberd, it must find his skull. But this island of Arwad, I know that us as knights, we are not supposed to be going there. Are you saying that we have your divine permission? That Tyr would be okay with us stepping onto this island? It would not bring us any disgrace?
He looks at you and he goes, "I shall commune to the divines to sanctify you upon your return, son. And that goes for you as well, Thaxos. If you are apprehensive of setting foot upon defiled land, that means we have taught you well, but I shall sanctify you upon your return as well.
If that is what your lord wants, then we shall bring Tyr's justice.
Okay. He smiles, lets off, kind of looking at it as like a proud dad, and goes, well, we shall take another supply ship to the northern side of the island. It will serve as a distraction, while a supply boat takes you to the southern side of the island. Do you accept this?
Yes, but of course.
I put my hand over my chest, grabbing my holy symbol and say, yes. If this is what our Lord wants, then this is what we shall do. We shall destroy this mage and bring justice and glory.
Mm-hmm. Despite his very old age. Yeah, go on.
No, I was just going to say, give Thaxos kind of a nice pat on the back, yes, of course, we will go. We will avenge our brother. Of course.
He hits me for
just
I just give him a side look.
It's aggravating your asthma again.
Embarrass me, guys. What?
Sorry, father. So despite Seraphin's old age, he lifts up his left hand and he just places it on your head, Fabrizio. And he strains and he still places his other hand on your head as well before saying, I, the Archbishop Seraphin, charge you with this mission. Long live the Empire. You guys pack your supplies, you make your way to the island, and there's a small rowboat that takes you to the southern side. You are manning the rowboat yourself. Again, there's no one else on the island. No one else wants to go on unholy land. But park the boat, tie it off. You guys are on the southern side. What do you do?
Can I make a perception check just to kind of
you can do perception, investigation if you would like to, either or.
Yeah,
I'll aid him so he has advantage on his roll.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, let me do perception because obviously we've never stepped foot here before. No. I just want to kind of get a general sense of the surroundings. All right, that's not good. I have advantage because he's helping me. You said, right?
Yeah, I'm giving you 8. Instead of rolling myself, I'll just give you 8.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, 16.
Yeah, cool. Well, the island looks mostly deserted. Everyone else knows not to be on this island, essentially. There is the occasional fauna, so there's a deer in the distance, there's a squirrel that darts off to the trees. But as you're looking around at your surroundings, you see that there is a small rock that you could use for a better vantage point. You climb up the rock and you look over the trees and you spot something that doesn't seem to fit the general lay of this land. It looks like a pointed roof, almost like the top of a spire. What do you do?
I turn over, and we're both seeing this at this point, right?
Yeah. I'm assuming that Thaxos is walked up as well.
Just kind of,
gotcha.
We're just together. So I kind of look over to Thaxos and does that look like anything specific to you?
Looks like it may be a roof or some kind of spire. We should investigate.
Looks very odd, right? Because again, this is an island that no one should be on. So what's going on?
Yeah, so I would kind of defer to him because he's a little bit more of a learned kind of person. Maybe if I would thinking maybe he would recognize.
Mm-hmm.
Can I roll history or something? See if I recognize maybe the type of architecture it would be.
Yeah, absolutely.
If it's more modern or if it looks like it's been there a really long time.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
14.
Yep, that's enough to kind of go, oh, well, this doesn't look Greco at all. This actually looks like it was only constructed maybe a few years ago, if anything. So it looks strange. Are you guys walking into the forest? How are you proceeding?
So I tell that to him, this building is built very recently. We should pursue with caution.
Mm-hmm.
So
I follow you, brother. If this is where the mage is who killed our brother Galahad, and like I said, Sir Fabrizio Aniguari Diotieri, my halberd must split his skull. That is why we are here. That is where we are going.
Well, as you guys are walking into the forest, how are you approaching? Are you being cautious, or are you just walking straight towards the direction of the spire?
We would walk towards the spire, but very cautious, very slow and steady. Is it possible on the way there to roll investigation or perception, see if we see any other footprints?
Definitely. So because you guys are being cautious and you're not just fucking walking through this forest I belong here, go ahead and roll a perception or investigation. Either or is good.
Okay.
My investigation is better. Let's see what we got here.
All right. So I got 13 on perception.
Mm-hmm.
I got 11 on investigation.
Okay. As you guys are walking in, you don't really see any random tracks, footprints. You see paw prints and stuff from deer, animal tracks here and there. But Thaxos, as you're walking, you see a pair of hungry eyes looking at you from the foliage. They don't move, but you've definitely spotted them. But before you could do anything, you hear a snarl come from your left. And before you could kind of draw your weapon out, you see something pounce at you. They get a surprise round on you. Roll initiative. There's a wolf in our midst.
Yeah. Okay.
I got 20 on initiative.
I got 22.
You couldn't just let me have that one, could you? Couldn't just let me have that one.
I got advantage on initiative.
Sick.
Fabrizio Aneguali Diotieri is always ready.
It's just, I got a 20, so you couldn't just let me have this one. Yeah, that's cute. It's you got a 20, that's cute. Sweet. So order of initiative, essentially, Fabrizio, you're going to go first, and then Thaxos, you're going to come in second, and then these wolves are going to attack. But before we get there, they get at least one surprise attack on you there, Thaxos. Fantastic. Does a 14 hit you, Thaxos?
No,
Okay.
no, it does not. I have an AC of 21.
Fucking A. All right, these are wolves.
I'm
dude.
beefy. I'm beefy, baby.
This thing jumps at you. Again, it did surprise you because you didn't spot this wolf in particular, but you see that 3 other wolves join it as well. So in total, there are 4 wolves that you can actively see, but you can hear more coming towards you in the forest. Top of the round, Fabrizio, you're up.
So as soon as I see the wolf coming, I'm halberd is up in the air. I'm charging back over to him.
Go for
I'm
it.
going to take my first swing, just trying to chop it right in the back. 15.
Definitely hits.
11 damage on the first one.
You kill the first one. And I like to do this thing while I'm DMing where I do a lot of cleave damage. So if there's so much more left over, I will definitely just pass that along to the next thing closest by. So you definitely kill this one, but you turn around and you see that there are 3 other wolves left.
Okay. So I rip the halberd out of that one. I turn wheel around and just swing at the next closest one. That's 22.
Definitely hits.
6 damage on that one.
6 damage. Cool. So with 6 damage, you definitely find purchase. It's not enough to completely kill the wolf, but you've definitely wounded it back. Is there anything else you would like to do there?
No, I have hand axes, but I can't throw that as like a bonus action.
No,
right?
unfortunately
That would be
not.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can read.
Yeah, you definitely could. But Thaxos, it is your turn.
All right, so I'm gonna swing at one of the ones that hasn't been. It looks like he has those 2 secure.
One's
that one
dead in
jumped
front
out.
of him. Yep.
Yeah, the one that jumped at me, I kind of like ducked back and landed in front of me. I'm just gonna try to crack it with my warhammer. It's a 16.
Definitely hits.
All right. I get divine strike on this one too. That's 11 damage.
You absolutely murder this one. You hit it so hard, the wolf's head goes into the ground and it looks more like an ostrich at this point. You just murdered this fucking wolf, right? You see that there are 2 more wolves that you've currently spotted. One's in front of Thaxos, one in front of you there, Fabrizio. Because you've killed one of them on each of your turn, they don't get pack tactics because they're not close enough with each other, which is good because they don't have advantage. Cool.
Nice.
It doesn't matter because a 4 is not going to do shit. But a 21 is going to hit you, Thaxos, I believe.
Yes, 21. That's my AC is 21.
Sweet. Let him have this, all right? They're not really good. Cool. That is 6 points of piercing damage to you, and he just goes in and latches onto your thigh there. Little shit type dog. Like a little fucking chihuahua at a park, right? No, don't worry, he doesn't bite. Yes, he fucking did. He clearly did. Back to the top of the round. It is back to you there, Fabrizio.
Oh yeah, Fabrizio, like I said, halberd swinging. But it's just immediately, like it's just such a motion that he's done thousands and thousands of times.
Yeah.
The halberd just swing in all directions. That one wasn't a good one though. That's a 7.
Misses, unfortunately. Yeah.
All right, so second one, crit fail.
Unlucky. Unfucking lucky. Now that this thing is wounded, it is being a little bit more cautious, so it's trying to kind of play a bit more defensive rather than just randomly attacking you and trying to push forward aggressively. You're trying to swing at it and it's just ducking away and missing just by hairs, if anything. Is there anything else you would like to do on your turn?
No, not yet. I'm saving
Saving the
our-
rage.
Yeah, good on you.
Saving the rage. Fabrizio doesn't like to rage anyway.
Yeah.
That's part of his.
That's cool.
his thing.
Yeah, brilliant. Thaxos
The
is
last
back
resort.
to
I see this one that hit me in the thigh, and I'm gonna go try to crush his skull with my warhammer. That's a natural 18 plus 5, so I'm just 7 divine. So that's another 11 damage. So he bites into my thigh. I take a step back and I say, "Die, mongrel!" And I crush him right on the top of right between the eyes with my warhammer.
He's dead. He's so fucking dead. As this wolf gets crushed and just dies beside its other friend, it's just gone. As that happens, you see the wolf right in front of you there, Fabrizio, sees this and begins backing away and actually attempts to run back into the woods. You do have an opportunity attack if you'd like it.
but I could tell it's
It's wanting to get away. It doesn't want to fight anymore. It's trying to leave. So you can kill it. I'll just have to call PETA after this as well.
No, for Fabrizio, if there's no need for violence, he's not gonna. There's no point. There's nothing honorable about killing a wounded animal. So at this point, I just I'll hold on to my halberd, and I can tell it's going. So I'm just gonna let it go away.
Yeah, it goes away. You kind of let it go in peace. You hear the other wolves that were converging, and they begin to disperse as well. You have 3 bodies of wolves among you, and right now it seems really, really silent. So you can make another investigation or perception check. You guys are currently out of combat.
All right, I'll do investigation.
Mm-hmm. I'll do perception. Then.
Oh, that's a natural 20.
Hell yeah.
Oh, good. I got an 8 on perception.
Okay. Well, Fabrizio, as you're looking, you kneel beside one of the slain beasts, and upon closer inspection, it's weird. You look at your halberd, you look at the body, there's no blood anywhere.
We'll be right back.
Hi, everyone. I hope you're enjoying the episode so far. If you could please take a second to leave a comment and rate the show, it would help us out a lot. If you want to discuss more about this episode and stay up to date, then consider joining the Discord and following us on Instagram. You can find links to both in the show notes. And with that being said, let's get back to the episode. You look at where your weapons have cut into the wolf, and the wound sites have been completely petrified. Faxes. You're looking around, and with a natural 20, you survey the area to make sure it's nice and safe. And suddenly you hear a twig snap behind you. You quickly turn a face to the sound, and you see a hooded figure standing around 80 feet in the distance. What are you doing?
80 feet?
Mm-hmm.
Hooded figure? All right. Okay. So, all right. Let me see. I have to see if I have a spell that's 80 feet.
I cast nuclear missile.
Yeah, right. Well, see, I have guiding bolt. We'll get there.
Well, you can probably move a little closer too.
Yeah, you definitely have like 30 feet still left. Yeah.
Well, I can only move 20 feet.
Okay. Yeah, so you'd be about 60 feet away from this guy.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, that works out. So I say, Fabrizio, over there. And I begin to run up to this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will use level 3.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it? I'm going to cast Hold Person.
Yeah, cool. Go for it. So what do I need to do there?
I grab my holy symbol and I say, stop. In the name of Tyr. Wisdom saving throw 14.
14. I shit you not. That's I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah. With his plus, you see this. I should have a camera on the fucking dice. As you cast Hold Person, again, you feel the power of Tyr come through you. And as you cast it, it's a move you've done before, but it finds no purchase on this person. It's almost like Tyr didn't want to help you for some reason. And you go, what the fuck just happened to my magic there? You see this person just start sprinting further into the distance. And he's just flat out sprint, done. He's out of there. What are you guys doing?
If I can see him, mm-hmm. I'm chasing after him.
Yeah, you can still see him, but he's definitely moving away. So you're gonna chase him, and you're gonna try and keep distance with him. Yeah.
Yeah, full blown sprint. This is the reason we're here. This is we're trying to avenge our boy Galahad. Like for me, there's no hesitation. If he's taking off, I'm taking off full bore after him.
I see Fabrizio take off, but I look at my holy symbol just for a split second for that moment of doubt of why my spell didn't work, and take that off. And I begin to follow him immediately, bringing up the rear.
Yeah, cool. You guys are dashing, running straight through, and trying to push past the foliage, trying to make sure you don't lose sight of this fucker. And as you chase after the mysterious figure, you follow his trail for about a few hundred yards before coming to a clearing in the woods. Suddenly, the hooded figure turns around, stops, and looks directly at you, and he throws twin daggers at your direction. Make a dex save, both of you.
Ooh, that's a natural 20.
Hell
Let's
yeah.
Go.
Ooh.
Let's go. I catch the dagger with my teeth.
Dirty 20? Cool. You see,
20, yeah.
You see that he throws twin daggers, and one of them just nicks you there, Fabrizio. But then the other one flies directly past both of you, and you hear a loud metallic clang behind you. You turn to face the sound just to make sure that nothing's behind you. It was just trees behind you. As you turn, you see an 8-foot figure dressed in opulent black. A faint black mist floats from this being, and the knight wears a great helm, completely obscuring his face. The dagger flew past your heads, hit this armor, and just falls into the ground, having found no purchase. Without hesitation, the large knight begins to swing his bastard sword. at you guys. Roll initiative.
Oh, I got you this time, Mike. I rolled 5.
I just shit you not. I just rolled 2 once.
Yes.
No way.
Let's go.
I just crit failed twice. I have
unlucky.
advantage on initiative. I just crit failed twice in a row. I think that's
You still
the first
get your
time I've
modifier,
ever
though,
done
'cause I
that.
think because it's initiative.
Yeah, you definitely still get your
Okay.
modifier. Yeah.
Then it's a 5.
Yeah, cool. So you guys are
Okay,
matching
wow.
right there.
I rolled a 4 plus 1.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Fuck, dude, I couldn't get him, and you rolled 2 nat ones. Bullshit.
I know. I still couldn't win.
Cool. So you guys can decide who goes first, but apart from that, the knight is going to swing at you first.
Is the mage still in the scene here, or he kind of faded off?
You're currently facing him, so on your turn you
He's
can turn
toward-
around to see what happens. Yeah.
Because
he hasn't
that
done
was a
anything
hooded
else.
figure. I don't know if it was the mage. There was the mage. It was like a hooded figure that threw daggers.
Definitely. So you see
Yeah.
that this knight just turns and looks at you, and he just starts swinging his bastard sword towards you. I would say that because Thaxos was bringing up the rear, he's going to attack you first with his first attack. Ooh, yeah, all right. 23 to hit you, Thaxos.
23 hits.
That's 4 points of slashing damage, and I just need you to make a con save really quickly.
Gotcha. Damage. Constitution. 14.
14, you're fine. As this happens, you feel the wound from the cut, and you go, what the fuck was that? And it just nicked you. It wasn't a lot of damage, but it feels like if you hadn't stopped this from going in deeper, you would be bleeding quite a lot. His second attack, he pushes past and just tries to get to you there, Fabrizio. With a natural 19, he's definitely going to hit. He's going to do the exact same thing at you. And he gets another 4 points of slashing damage. I'm going to need a con save from you.
Okay. 14.
Fucking brilliant, all right? Just don't. As this happens, again, same thing to you. He goes in, slashes, and it nicks you. It does a little bit of damage. 4 points of damage is nothing, right? But it feels like if he had cut in just a little bit deeper, this would be bleeding quite a fuck ton, which seems really strange. But it is back to your turn there, Fabrizio. So go ahead. What would you like to do? Or Thaxos, either one. Yeah.
You go first.
Okay. So I am gonna rage for the first time at this point, because now we're out of our element. We're in it. We're chasing after the mage. So since I'm the Path of the Zealot barbarian, it's not like crazy like veins popping out of my neck. It's more like he kind of feels Tyr take over him a little bit, and he loses a little bit of his own kind of normal sense of control.
Yeah.
So it's almost like I'm going into a little bit of a trance where he loses a little bit of his personality.
Fucking hitting your
So I'm gonna
avatar
use my-
form.
So I'm going to use my bonus action to rage, and then I'm going to just charge at him with the halberd, and this time almost try to like stab him with the tip of it, almost like it's a long spear.
Yeah, love it.
Jesus Christ.
No, dude. You gotta choose different dice, my guy.
Oh my
It's
god.
like 4 nat ones. It's
Alright.
tough, dude. Crit1nDun,
failed.
guys. Brought to you by Crit1nDun. It's
Oh my god. I've crit failed more in this one session than I maybe have in my entire life.
Natural ones, not a sponsor.
not as
Just a
fun.
really
Not as-
inconvenient thing that
Okay, so
happens.
In fact, we're trying to get them off the podcast. It's
so the first attack I crit fail. Okay, so the second one is a 27.
definitely hits this guy. Yeah, go for it.
Nice. And 17 damage.
17 damage. Yeah, you just thrust your weapon and you pull back out, having missed the first one, and you see that regardless of this guy's ornate armor, it felt like pushing into butter. It was just way too easy to hit this fucker. And you go, what the hell? And you do a bunch of damage with that 17. Anything else you would like to do with your turn?
No, that's all I can do at this point.
Back to you, Thaxos. What are you doing?
All right. Even though my spell didn't work last time, my embodiment of law, I'm going to cast a whole person at level 2. Again, I grab my holy symbol, I close my eyes and say, Tyr, I know you're with me. Be still, giant man. And he has to make a wisdom saving throw of 14.
He rolled half that, so I'm gonna just allow him to be okay. No, he rolled a 7. He failed.
All right, so he's paralyzed.
Fantastic. Gone.
Now that he's paralyzed, because that was my bonus action, I slowly walk up to him with my warhammer. I go to hit him. I'm assuming he has his back to me because he had to move past me to get to Fabrizio.
Yeah.
I'm just going to whack him right in the top of his back, base of his neck.
Take spinal damage, you fucker.
Now, paralyzed, it's still normal hit roll, but if every hit's a crit, is that how that works? Or is
so
it advantage on
you
the
get
hits?
advantage, essentially. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. 14 plus 5, 19.
Definitely hits this guy.
15 damage. 7 of it is radiant.
Fuck. Alrighty. Oh shit! You feel again like butter. You're pushing into almost the base of this guy's skull. It just seems too easy. And you take your weapon back, and as that happens, I'll get you as a free action really quickly, just because you're behind him. Both of you actually, you guys can both as a free action, just make a really quick insight or perception check.
9 on perception.
9? Okay.
8 plus 6, so 14.
14. Thaxos, you find, you pull back your warhammer, and as you look at it, you see very similar to the wolves. You see that part is just petrified just a little bit. It seems like this guy's taking damage, yeah, but that's just petrified from your weapon. Something seems strange here. To the top of the round, this guy is still petrified, I'm assuming. Is there anything he does to get out of it?
He has to try to roll the saving throw again. Okay. Wisdom saving throw of 14.
He rolled a 3. Fuck.
So he is still paralyzed.
Yeah, he definitely is. Yeah, this sucks ass. No, fuck it, dude. He turns to a dragon. He has legendary resistances. Look, he's rolling you. You got a 40. You rolled a D4. How does that work? Go back to your round there, Fabrizio. Again, this guy's paralyzed, and he is mid-swing, but he's paralyzed looking at you.
Okay, so he's standing still.
Yeah, he's still standing. Yeah.
Okay, so I charge over. I kind of a little not myself. It just takes the halberd and almost like a more like mechanical kind of swing than he normally would. I just go to chop at him with the halberd. There you go, 23.
Definitely hits.
And
you have attacks with advantage too because he's paralyzed.
Yeah, that's right. So see if you can get a crit on the other end.
Yeah.
No, it's still 25.
Yeah, we'll take that. Yeah.
And then 16 damage.
16 damage. Fantastic. And your second attack there?
25 and a 1. So I'm going to go with the 25.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
Are you sure?
You can still choose the 1 if you want to. It's poetically, narrative-wise, it's really fucking...
No. And 12 damage.
Natural ones, not a sponsor.
Yeah.
Just an inconvenient thing.
Between the two of you, you guys are just fucking this guy completely up. Back to your turn there, Thaxus. Again, you're still behind him, so even if he wasn't paralyzed, because you're directly behind him and flanking him, you would have advantage. So, go ahead, roll your attacks with advantage.
All right, go to strike him with my warhammer again. That was a bad roll. That's better. 15.
Advantage.
15? Yep, 15 definitely hits him.
Yes. All right. Let's see. 9 damage, 4 of which is radiant.
Brilliant. Just for posterity's sake, 69 damage. You guys are just absolutely beating the shit out of him. It is back to his turn. He is going to try and roll out of it. He rolled a 7. Fuck me! God damn it.
Let's go.
He's got nothing. He's got nothing that he can do right now. I've full disclosure, I've flavored a thing that one of the other creators, Anna, I'm gonna butcher her name, but she made the one-shot Unraveling, and this is actually one of her creatures that I'm playtesting, but I've moved it around a little bit. She's going to be so pissed at me, mainly because her original character, one of the immunities for her character was being paralyzed, which is bullshit. Because I was like, I don't need that. That's fine. It's not like anything's going to paralyze me. You fuckers.
Hold tight.
It's just a punching bag.
Yeah, honestly, this guy's he's good. Trust me, Anna. You did such a good job creating this character. I'm just playing it shit. Cool.
The fact that I can do that as a bonus action too is so ridiculous.
That's fucked. So back to your turn there, Fabrizio, because this guy can't do anything with his turn.
Yeah, so Fabrizio still he's just very mechanical now because he's in his zealot trance, just hacking away.
Yeah, it's almost like you're practicing.
We're like the guys on the railroad when they're just hitting the spike. Like we're just taking turns, ding, 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 just crashing this thing over and over again.
You see Seraphin shows up. Guys, he's fucking dead. Leave him alone.
Okay, so the first attack is going to be 16 damage.
He's looking pretty hurt now.
And then the second one, 8 damage.
8 damage? He's looking very hurt. Not that you can see his face at all, but he's knocking on death's door and being like, fucking let me in, please. So it is back to your turn, Thaxos. Go on.
I see like the giant man is wavering. And then I wheel back. I wheel back and I go to just swing my warhammer just to try to catch him in his temple.
From my temple to yours.
Yeah. That's
put the hammer away, Thaxos.
Yeah, nice. Sweet. 17. Fantastic.
6. Oh my god, 6. So that's 16 damage, 8 of it radiant. I wheel back my warhammer. I mutter, "This is for Tyr," and the edge of my tip of my warhammer glows with radiant energy as I crack this thing in the temple.
He's dead. You crack this guy, and as his head just crumples like a soda can and pushes past his spine, you see it's clean off. Once again, petrified. There's no blood whatsoever. But you guys are completely just in awe, going, did we just fuck this 8-foot, like, Goliath fella up? He's dead. But yeah, you just clean take his hat off, and you see that he stands there for a moment and he just crumples to his knees. And as the knight crumples to his knees,
I release the hold person so that he may crumple.
Yeah, there you go. And funny you should do that, because as he falls to the ground, he just crumples to dust.
I look at my buddy Thaxos. Just, I'm a little bit confused. My rage, my trance kind of goes away. I become myself a little more again. I said, brother, I do not like to get to that point. But I felt that there was no other recourse for what we were facing here. We've never stood against that. I don't even know you would call it a creature, something like this.
You've done nothing wrong, Fabrizio. Tyr would be proud that you'll bring his justice. Did the sword also dissolve away, or just like his armament and his body?
Everything's gone.
Everything, including the head that went flying.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible to like investigate? Is there like dust or anything like that left behind?
Yeah, there's still dust on the ground. It's not like the end game like Avengers thing where people just disappear. But
the wind blew them away.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait,
Mr. Shirk, I don't feel so good. Fucking good, dude.
All right, I want to try to investigate. Yes, spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
20 years old. I want to try to investigate the dust. Ooh, that's not good. 5. Looks like dust.
Hey, guess what? It's fucking dust. Dust to dust,
I dip my
boys.
finger in it, and I go,
oh shit, it's actually cocaine. Oh fuck, boys.
I'm going to rub my teeth.
Thaxos starts gumming in the corner.
Yeah. In your backstory, you write rehab. It's sweet. There's nothing that you can get from this dust, unfortunately, which sucks because something seems off. Everything on this island is just off. Go ahead.
And once I touch the dust, I immediately turn to Fabrizio. Fabrizio, the hooded figure, are they still there?
Perception check. Yeah.
I will aid him on his perception check.
15.
Once again, you look around, you spot the hooded figure, almost like he was peering behind one of the trees looking at you. He sees that you've seen him, and he once again starts sprinting further into the woods. What do you do?
Can I tell if they're moving towards the structure that we saw, that spire?
You definitely could. What I'm going to do is get you to roll a history check, because you guys are currently in the woods. You guys have been turned around quite a few times.
So history or nature? History?
Either or.
They're both -1 for me, so it doesn't matter. Let's see. Oh, that's a 1.
Hey.
That's a 1 right there.
That's fucking brilliant. First time ever on the pod. So, unfortunately, you can't tell. Yeah.
With the adjustment, that is a 0.
That's an egg.
just throw the dice out the window.
Yeah.
I'm just looking around like, I don't know where I am.
I want to go home.
I want to go home.
Just rubbing more of that cocaine into it. Guys.
Looking around the woods.
Holy shit, he's high.
At this point for me, where I normally would be like I said, full bore kind of after him. After everything that's kind of happened at this point, I'd hesitate a little bit and just kind of like check in with Thaxos. Like, brother, what, you know how I am. I want to be hot on his heels. Do you think we should be a little, maybe more cautious in our approach this time?
I believe we should take our time and follow them. We let this 8-foot giant sneak up behind us without us even noticing. We were ambushed by wolves. We can track them.
Yeah.
Okay. I actually have no idea where we are.
I let a little chuckle. I will defer to your judgment at this point, Brother Thaxos. You lead the way. I will be right behind you.
I agree. You lead the way.
No,
I'm lost.
You do it.
I'm very scared.
How do I walk again?
No, I'll slowly start walking, leading the way. I keep my shield up and my warhammer close.
Yeah, we're definitely like high alert, taking our time.
Yeah.
Not like you said, kind of charging through the brush. We're like pacing it this time.
Cool.
And can we see, like, now is this person leaving footprints?
This person is definitely leaving footprints. Yeah.
Okay. So then we have a trail to follow.
Definitely. Yeah. You see that they're running around in figure eights to try and confuse you, but then they keep going straight now. But you're slowly, cautiously walking in, and you're trying to follow this trail. And as you go, you find yourselves out of these woods. Ahead of you actually stands the single spire structure from before. You recognize this as the same one that you spotted on the beach. The hooded figure looks around before quickly running into the spire And in their haste, they actually forget to close the gate or the door to the building. What are you guys doing?
I'm following Daxos at this point. Like my instinct is still just to charge in, but with everything that's happened,
I see that happen.
got it.
I look back at Fabrizio and say, I just give him like a little one of the head nods. I don't want to give away, be too noisy, but I just give him like, yeah, go ahead, go get him.
What are you saying?
Austin.
Shut the fuck up. Let's just go. Yeah.
So do one of these.
The hand signal from Terminator that Arnold Schwarzenegger does.
Yeah.
Basically
Predator.
just means
Predator.
to move up. Predator, you're right.
Yeah, that's it.
So I get the hand signal from Daxos, and I just I'm not super stealthy, but I kind of move my way a little in front of him, go up to the gate.
Yeah.
And just it's open, so we kind of walk through, and so we're like looking up at the structure at this point now, right?
And I'm like right on his tail.
Yeah.
I know he has the extra long reach with the halberd, so he can like reach and like open doors from like 10 feet away.
That's
like, I'm like right on his tail, right on his flank.
Fantastic. You cautiously enter the spire and prepare yourselves for an ambush. With your weapons drawn, you see the atrium, and there's nothing but a long spiral staircase leading up the tower. What are you guys doing?
Can I do investigation just to see like if there's anything inside the structure that we recognize?
Yeah, definitely. Go for it.
Motherfucker.
No!
I was gonna say, can I roll?
Dude, fucking A. Yeah.
Is that another one?
Yeah.
It's another
gonna
crit
say,
fail. I see
God.
nothing. I spontaneously go blind.
Yeah. You wake back up in the dorm.
Roll
10 more
perception.
years.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I want to see if I hear the person running up the stairs, if I can hear any noise coming from upstairs.
Mhm.
I mean, that's not much better. It's a 7.
With a 7, you definitely hear it. It's the echo of the spire that lets you hear it with a 7. But you see this person's all the way up on the spire already. I'm guessing you guys are starting to walk up the spire now.
Yeah, without saying a word, I tap Fabrizio on his shoulder and I point up the staircase.
You start doing more ninjutsu to get there. It's like, oh fuck, he's doing it again.
Fabrizio still second.
As quietly as we can, we start like slowly making our way up the steps.
Yeah, cool. You climb to the very top and you see that there's a wooden gate again, left ajar. What are you guys doing?
I kind of look back, a little check, because everything in me. I just
Want to go forward?
I just want to be charging full speed, but like I know Thaxos is behind me, so I keep moving forward, but still at the same kind of like we're pacing ourselves and trying to be as aware as possible, high alert.
Say, I get close to him and in a very low whisper, I say, on 3, kick the door open. 1,
And
2, 3. And I get my shield and everything at the ready. I'm grabbing my holy symbol, getting ready to cast a spell and holding my action while he kicks
do
the
I
door.
do I have to roll anything? Do I have to roll like strength or to dash the door open, or we?
Tell you what, I will let you roll intimidation for it. Why not?
There we go. Dirty 20.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
So it's
it
a
can
wooden
off the
door.
hinges.
It's already open. You know it's not. Yeah. And then you find out, oh shit, it was braced on the other side. Fuck my knee. So like, it's a wooden door. It was already ajar. You just smash this door open. And as you walk inside with your weapons drawn, you see the hooded figure is actually kneeling on the floor facing away from you. Their hood is down and you see long, unkept brown locks of hair tied loosely in a bun. What are you doing?
At this point, I see the figure there. I'm charging full bore, not with the halberd, but I just kicked the door open. I see him kneeling. I want to go just like kick him straight in the back.
As you start running towards him, you notice that there's an inert, like runic circle etched into the floor. And as you're running, you see that the figure, just without turning around, speaks. Have you remained vigilant, brothers? Or have you let your anger lead you astray? The figure turns to face you and stands up, and you see the familiar face of Galahad the Valiant. What do you do?
I appear shocked. I say, wait, Fabrizio, wait.
So I freeze. Yeah, I freeze in my tracks. I just kind of stare at him. Not usually one to be at a loss for words, but Fabrizio just doesn't know what to say. Like he was ready to just front kick him,
Just
right,
fucking kill
right
him
in the back.
into the small of the back.
But I'm just standing there still with the halberd like clenched in my hand, so fucking confused. And
I begin to walk over slowly. I see Fabrizio standing there. I walk by him. I walk up to Galahad. I put my hands on both his shoulders and say, brother, what happened that day? You were dead. I saw it with my own eyes. Your sword fell into the river, the raging waters below. How did you survive?
Galahad looks at you. I did die, brothers. Before we left Antioch, I wished to speak with the Archbishop and seek his counsel in preparation for the siege. But as I approached his quarters, his door was partially open, and so curiously I peered into his room. I saw him quietly placing a scroll within a compartment behind one of the paintings. So I hid, and I waited for him to leave for dinner. I quickly went in and searched for the scroll, and what I discovered was undeniable. Dozens of scrolls and books pertaining to black magic. Seraphim had been working with a mage. They devised a plan to lay siege to Antioch as a cover to find a Spear of Destiny, with which the mage would have the power of immortality. But before I could gather more evidence, I heard footsteps approaching, and so I quickly put the scroll back and left the room, but I believe I had been discovered. I could not turn and speak of treason in front of the army of loyalists, so I chose to withhold that information until I could confirm the details and confront the Archbishop later. During the siege, the mage cleverly lured us out of the main conflict. I believe the distraction was only meant for me, but you two followed. When I saw him appear at the end of the bridge, I knew he would try and end us all, and so I ran towards him, drawing his attention so that he would attack me instead. And in that moment, I could cut the bridge, and you would fall safely into the water. I remember being stabbed, but I've no memory of how I arrived here or what curses lied upon me. After a few days of wandering the island, I saw the mage. I tracked him back to this tower, but before I could deliver divine justice, the mage summoned a black knight. My weapons were of no use against the construct, and I soon found that all creatures on the island shared the same invulnerability to my blades. I tried other means of besting the creatures, but to no avail. He looks up at both of you. How long have I been here, brothers? What word of my family?
Galahad, you have been here for, it has been 10 years at this point. You do not know how long it has been. We've been looking for any word, any sign of where you've been. We've been searching for you as much we could. It has been a decade, almost to the day. And Seraphim is the one who sent us out here to find you, to find the mage. Where is he? Is he still here as well?
I have not seen the Archbishop on the island. I've only seen the mage, but I know they are working together. I just haven't been able to piece together why they want the Spear of Destiny so badly. Seraphim sent you. Why hadn't he sent you earlier onto this island?
It has only been recently that supplies have been cut off. They've been attacking different supplies along our routes, and
there have been
it has hindered things in the Empire.
There have been supply ships across the island?
Yeah, on the eastward side? I'm trying to remember. We came in on the south, right?
Yeah, you came in through the south.
Yes.
Yeah, they went through the north. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, there's been attacks on supply ships. That's why Seraphim sent us out here. Are you sure, brother, that this mage and Seraphim are working together? Seraphim is a holy man. He is a Archbishop of Tyr, god of justice.
I cannot deny what I found at his desk, on the scrolls, brothers. But baffling, you're saying that people have been pushing past this island on, supply ships? Why then has no one come to rescue me before, brothers? Why have you not come before?
Brother, you know we are not allowed to step foot on this island. Nor did we ever would think that this is where you ended up. We thought you were dead.
Why would you
We
not?
saw the fiery explosion.
But this island...
This is unholy land.
Unholy land? Since when, brothers?
Do we know how long this land has been unholy in our history?
You can make a history check.
Okay. 14.
I rolled a 9.
A 9? With a 14,
9, yeah.
You have a idea of when this roughly became unholy land, and it's roughly about 8 or 9 years ago. Galahad...
Say Galahad, it's for 8 or 9 years this land has been deemed unholy and unworthy of us to step on. By the time we awoke from our battle wounds, this land was already unholy. No one was ever allowed to step foot since the battle.
And again, brother, we thought you were dead. We saw the fireball, we saw the sword, your bastard sword come into the water. So it is now clear to me that the Seraphim, his head must meet my halberd. Where is he? Where is this mage? You say he's still here on the island?
Galahad looks at you, just trying to gather all this information, and he just turns and embraces both of you. Brothers, come. I've had a plan to kill this mage. I've waited here in this exact spot, day after day. And any time I venture out, that's when the mage comes into this island, and I have seen this mage teleport in and out of this room, though I know not by which means he performs this action, but I know that this is a room that he arrives and departs from. I don't know how to get off this island, brothers. What are you guys doing?
When he hugs us, can I just quickly roll perception to see how smelly he is since he's been here for 10 years?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious. I got like a long dragon nose. 6.
6? He's pretty rank. He has no allspice on this fucking island, yeah.
I go, Galahad, please take a step back and we can talk within arm's reach.
I want to ask him Galahad, how long do you feel that you've been here?
He starts, he lets go of the hug, obviously he smells bad, but as he's walking, he kind of gestures for you to follow. As you walk, you step over the etched runes onto the ground, and you see that they momentarily light up with a purplish glow.
We investigate them? Are they familiar to us?
Well, Galahad looks and he goes, that has never happened before. What is that? Investigation, if you would like to. Or perception. Insight, arcana.
I'm going to do perception. 8. Perception.
What's my highest one here? I think investigate. Oh no, perception's my highest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 17.
Hell yeah. You look at this purple glow, and the longer you stay, the adjacent runes begin to light up and shine brightly as well. You look at the blade of your halberd and your shield, and you see that the wax seals pressed upon them. You receive these seals as a mark of your ascension to knighthood. The Archbishop Seraphim himself blessed your weapons with this seal. The seal glows the same purple as you walk over the runes, and you have a feeling that with these weapons and shield, if you wait on top of these runes, that all of them would light up, and once they complete, the teleportation will work. Do you teleport now, or would you like to have a long rest first?
I think, should we rest? Do you want to rest, Mike?
He wants to roll. We're going. I mean, I'm okay. Do I take any damage? I'm okay. I'm still at full damage.
I took some damage. I used one level 3 spell and one level 2 spell, so I wouldn't hate to get those back.
A short rest is still okay.
I think a short rest.
Yeah.
Short rest is
Only
fine.
about an hour. Yeah.
Yeah, and I still want to talk to Galahad a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Get a little bit more information about this mage before we...
We'll say you talk me out of teleporting on the spot.
Fucking shaking. Just
ready to go.
Yeah, cool.
Okay. So we'll say we we step off of the runes then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, I pulled him back because I'm the one that noticed and knows this about the ruins, right? Mike, did he know this too?
I rolled lower.
You rolled lower. Okay.
I'm assuming that you told him, but no, he rolled lower. Yeah.
Yeah, I pulled him back off the ruins to stop the teleportation. Then I'll explain to them about the purplish glow and the seal in the nights. And while we're taking our long rest, I just want to talk to Galahad more and say, Galahad, tell us about this mage. Do you know of any weaknesses or anything we could leverage to our advantage?
I've only seen him in the distance. I've waited here at this very spot for days on end, and he has not arrived. The moment I go down to grab food or try to salvage something like water, I've seen him appear in the tower, looking over, almost mocking me. I haven't seen him up close since I've been here, which would be, according to you, 10 years. But
does Galahad, does he look like he's aged? To us, does it look like
definitely?
It's been, so it does look like he's definitely been there for 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, he just looks disheveled. Does he look like skinnier and stuff? Because I asked him,
the wolves we killed weren't edible. Doesn't seem like any life on this island is edible. What have you been doing to sustain yourself for these 10 years?
Good question. He definitely does look a little bit skinnier. Not so much like a long-distance marathon runner. He's still, again, he's a fighter, so he's more wiry right now. And he turns to you and he goes, as you said so happily, brother, yes, no, meat is I've been vegetarian, really, for the last 10 years, and it's been fucking abysmal, brother. Forgive me of my language, but bloody disgraceful, really. But may I ask some questions to you, brothers?
Oh, brother, of course.
Of course.
Whatever you need.
He looks at you almost excitedly, and Brother Thaxos, does the Temple of Tears still stand?
Of course. Still stands. We pray every single morning. And for the past 10 years, and part of my prayers, I've been trying to reach out to you. But unfortunately, this unholy place, I don't think anything reaches here, really.
And he looks at you. Well, good. And Fabrizio, brother, how does the Doeteri family fare? How do they fare? Have they prospered in my absence?
Yes, the Doeteri family has been doing very well. You know my parents. You've met them before. They're very high up in the infrastructure of the city. They've been doing very well. They rise ever higher. I appreciate you for asking about my family, brother. You have been doing okay, eating no meat. Fabrizio, I don't think I would be able to survive eating only vegetation.
It has been very difficult. I will not lie. I have definitely cursed gods before. Not blasphemy, but every time you see a hare or a squirrel or a deer, like mockingly, I would set traps. I would kill them, and when I attempted to cut into them and open them, just dead inside, really.
So that black suit of armor that you described earlier, we killed it.
Wait, what? When he died, when he supposedly died, he just fell to his knees and then his body disappeared, right? Just vanished?
Exactly.
It vanished, right? Into thin air, it's gone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Exactly. No remains whatsoever. He will return in a couple of days, I believe. He'll be back. I've had this same tete-a-tete with this gentleman. I don't know how many times, but he will die or pretend to die, and he will appear in a few days, really. I believe he is the spirit of vengeance that this mage has constructed to fight me, brother. But tell me, how did you kill him?
Oh, he thought he was big and bad, but nothing is more big and badder than our Lord Tyr. I grabbed my holy symbol and paralyzed him.
Wait.
While he stood there like a giant punching bag, we beat him into oblivion.
Did you say your holy symbol?
Of course, I have it here around my neck always.
And you see Galahad kind of like stops for a second and he starts piecing things together. That's how you do it. That's how, not only your weapons, the seals, that's not only how we get off the island, but that's what's keeping these things dead. Brothers, I am so grateful for you. I'm so happy you have arrived on the island. Let's take our rest, tend to your wounds. We must be off this island. I must see my family. What do you guys do?
Absolutely. I say, you've been here long enough. Fabrizio, does your halberd hunger for blood?
Oh, brother Thaxos, you know my halberd always hungers for blood. Or in opposition to Tyr, they must meet the blade of my halberd.
Brilliant.
We have skulls to crush.
You guys rest up, and you stand up, having your short rest. Again, you can do whatever you need to for your short rest, get everything you need back. You stand in the middle of the teleportation circle. Again, your seals glow, and because of that, the runes etched into the ground glow. You brace yourself, and you anticipate a fight upon your arrival. The last of the runes light up, and you are instantly teleported. But to your surprise, you arrive in the Archbishop's quarters. You look around in disbelief as the purple glow retreats beneath the ornate rug in the middle of the room. You notice a small streak of blood underneath the doorframe leading out of the room. What do you do?
All right, so the underneath the rug was growing purple?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I see this happen. I look at Fabrizio. I look at Galahad. I'm very confused. And I just kind of want to lift up and peek under the rug to see if I see the same ruins.
You see the exact same runes in there, etched into the ground.
So you're saying the blood is like going out the door, like into his office?
It's so.
No,
there's
we're
only,
in the office.
Yeah, you're in the office right now. You're in his room.
Right.
There's only one door that leads in and out, and the blood is actually flowing into the room, so it feels like it's flowing from outside.
Oh, so there's blood like moving.
Yeah.
Into the room.
Just a little bit. Yeah.
I mean, it's
go time.
Yeah.
It's go time. Stay right on his flank. Got my shield.
And
Yeah,
has his twin daggers. Yeah, he's running as well. You guys open the door, and to your horror, you find dozens of bodies of your fellow knights scattered across the hallway. Did you take a closer look to the bodies? What are you doing?
Yeah, I step back. I grab my holy symbol, and my eyes wide, and I'm shocked. I see all this blood and my brothers, and for Thaxus, this is where he grew up. This is all he knows. This is his family. And he's shocked, and I immediately go to start investigating some of the bodies to see if anyone's still alive, if I could heal anybody, if I could help anybody.
Yeah, definitely. Go for it.
That's investigation. That's a 10.
Okay. With a 10, you know that the bodies they're dead, unfortunately. I mean, blood is still pooling out, but they've been dead for a while. The bodies are partially singed, and part of their armor is actually charred. But every single one of them also have one main stab wound. You point this out, and Galahad looks over and he goes, "Brothers, I've seen these wounds before. I did find other bodies on the island with similar stab wounds. This, I would believe the mage actually found the Spear of Destiny, and he seeks to cut ties with Seraphim. But I believe that Seraphim would also like him dead. What are we caught in between, brothers?" In that moment, you hear a blood-curdling scream from the direction of the main chapel. What are you guys doing?
At this point,
I'm in like
Fabrizio
shock still, but
can't stand still any longer. I'm like out the door, charging down as
all three of you
full
just
speed.
almost instinctively just turn, run towards the main chapel. And even though Galahad hasn't been here for 10 years, he knows these holes. You run towards the chapel and you find the hole littered with familiar bodies. Looking right at the very end of the chapel, you see the Archbishop slumped over his throne, gasping for air. What are you guys doing?
So I scream at him, "What the hell have you done?" I bring the halberd back where I'm like, if one of them doesn't stop me, I'm ready to just decapitate him at this point.
I'm going to attempt to use athletics. I want to try to hold him back.
Yeah, cool. You can oppose athletics if you want to, but yeah.
I would think, right? Athletics or strength? I guess athletics.
Yeah, both of you guys could do an opposed athletics check, unless Fabrizio wants to just let this happen and let you stop him.
Yeah, I'm gonna let him stop.
Yeah,
because I'm probably
come on.
But I'm like halberd like up over my head, screaming like ready to just fucking end this guy.
Yeah, I go wait, and I put my shield up, and his halberd clangs into my top of my shield.
You see Galahad stops you as
feel
well.
the big hit. I fall forward a little bit.
Galahad picks you up.
And then I look at Seraphim and I say, "What evil have you brought into these halls?"
You see the hole is about 100 foot long, right? So your voices echo as this happens. As you begin to walk slowly, Galahad again walking slowly up, you see that Seraphim is still breathing. "My sons, I have sinned against the Empire. The mage, he promised to make us an unstoppable force for good. I only aided the mage in strengthening the Empire. He promised me that if we found the spear for him, he would aid us in conquering the world in the name of the Empire." Both of you can make an insight check.
Ooh.
17.
70. Ooh, fuck me.
Mine's 15.
As he's speaking, one of you spot that he isn't completely sitting flat on his throne. It's almost like he's sitting on top of something. And Daxos, you see as you take a closer look at the cuff of his left sleeve, it's charred. He notices you eyeing the sleeve, and he says, "Nothing to worry about, my son. I have managed to fight the mage with divine magic, but I am spent. Would you please take me to the infirmary so that I may tend to these wounds?" And he lifts his left hand towards you. What do you do?
At this point, I reach over in front of Daxos and I grab him and just yoke him up.
Yeah.
And I want to roll intimidation and just because at this point Fabrizio has like lost all patience. "Speak of the truth, or feel my halberd pierce your skull."
As you go to grab him, you grab him right by his robe, and he just grabs your hand and he whispers, "Folly begets folly when the blind lead the blind." And he pulls out the spear from his right hand and he attempts to attack you. Oof. Does a 20 hit you?
Yes, 20 hits me.
Go. That's 10 points of damage. As he stabs into you with the spear, he pulls it back out. He looks at you and he stands, and he stands a really tall, kind of 6.5 feet tall. For an old man, he stands up fucking upright. He raises his hands and you see the mage's robes are actually crumpled in the seat of the throne. "I have sacrificed much. I have built this order to span the nations. Once I have dealt with you, I shall find new soldiers to do my bidding, new slaves to lay siege and lead crusades across the planet for my name. The divines no longer exist. There is only me, for I am the Empire." Roll initiative.
So this is Seraphim, or this is the mage who's like, or are they the same person?
It looks like they're the same person to me.
Okay.
I rolled an 8.
An 8?
12.
Fantastic.
As he's finishing that speech, I look at him and say, "You are lucky that our God is blind so he cannot see what you have become. Tyr's justice will be held today, and your head will be loosed from its shoulders when we are through with you."
Seraphim looks at you. At the top of the round, Seraphim is going to go, and he looks and he goes, Tyr is dead, and I shall ensure that you join him. He turns to you. Right now, Fabrizio, you are right next to him, followed by Galahad and Thaxos at the rear. So he is going to attempt to attack you first, and then we'll go from there. So he goes in and tries to attack you once. Again, with his spear, he's going to try and get a 19 to hit you.
For me?
Yeah, that is 11 points of damage to you. And then he kind of peels away from you just a little bit, and then he attempts to cast a bonus action spell towards Galahad. Gonna hit him, unfortunately. He turns around and just launches a fire bolt right at him. And Galahad, not wearing any armor, just in like crude leather armor that he's been able to scrounge, gets launched at just about 5 feet back as he takes his firebolt to his chest and just pats it away really quickly. Next in order, Fabrizio, Seraphim's right in front of you. What do you want to do?
Swing the halberd's swinging. Actually, no. So I'm gonna rage first.
Yeah, good man.
I'm gonna go back into.
There you go. There you go.
As a DM, I was like, "Are you sure about this?"
So I'm gonna go into quick, like, roll my eyes back and go into my trance of Tyr, and then I'm gonna swing the halberd. 15.
15 just misses him.
Oh, all right. Roll the second one. 19.
19 definitely hits him. Go ahead.
Okay. 12 damage.
Cool. You swing first, miss, second attack goes in, and you find purchase. And again, he catches this into his shoulder, in his left shoulder, which is really bad because his right shoulder's pretty fucked. His bursitis in his right shoulder. You slash into him, he takes this damage, but you see that he kind of pushes away from you a little bit more. Not that you have another opportunity attack or anything, but he just pushes away from you, and he's still within your engaged distance. Backed over to Thaxos. Go ahead.
Okay. So I see this happening.
He's about 40 feet away from you right now.
40 feet away. So I'm going to close the distance with my, I only have 20 feet of speed. Yeah, so I walk up, so I close the distance with my 20 feet of speed. I'm going to use my Embodiment of Law bonus action.
Hell yeah.
I grab my holy symbol, and level 3, I attempt to cast.
If you say hold person again, I'm going to get you out of this Zoom, I swear to God.
No, I cast command.
Oh, sick.
I grab my holy word. I speak to him. I say, grovel.
Ooh. Okay, so is that a wisdom save from me?
Wisdom saving throw of 14.
Go. He gets a 15 with this modifier. Unfortunate. You cast command, and you see that it's about to start finding purchase on him, and he just waves it across, almost like fights your magic with his own magic. Unfortunately, that misses.
All right. So then, with my action, I'm going to cast Aura of Life.
Hell yeah.
So, Aura Life. So they were 50 feet of me, right? So I walked up 20 feet.
So he was 40 feet away from you? So you're now within 20. Yep.
20. So Aura radiates 30 feet around me. While I'm in the Aura, my allies are in the Aura. They gain resistance to necrotic damage. Their maximum hit points can't be reduced. If an ally gets their hit points reduced to 0, it goes to 1.
Yeah, wow. Okay, cool. So that catches both Galahad and Fabrizio as well.
Yes, and because Fabrizio is being aided by a spell of mine, he gets an immediate reaction attack.
Go for it. Hell yeah. That's fucking cool.
My voice of authority.
I love it. Use your dad voice on him.
Yeah.
So I put my hand onto my armor over the symbol of Tyr that's etched into my armor, and I cast Hold Person.
Hell yeah. Fuck. God damn it.
Because of the type of tiefling I am, I have one, I can cast it once.
Hell
so I'm
yeah.
gonna cast my Hold
Fuck
Person.
yeah, dude.
But it's so for me, because I'm not as much of a spellcaster, it's a wisdom of 12.
12? Okay, cool. He does have advantage.
It's a little
on
lower.
These. Yeah. He has a +3 to these, and he is rolling with advantage. Natural 16 on the die, sorry. That's
okay.
That's fucking shit. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right, so that'll be my extra.
Hold on. The reaction, I'm just reading here. The reaction immediately after spell must make a weapon attack against the creature.
Yeah, cool. So I'll let you keep that. I'll let you keep it. So you haven't cast that spell yet?
Hold Person?
Yeah. I'll let you keep it, but just make a weapon attack for me. No. Good pickup.
Gotcha.
Good
My
pickup.
first time using a cleric.
Okay.
No, you're fine. Because then hopefully the next time you cast Whole Person, it's going to find purchase. Cool.
All right, so then it's just the halberd.
Yeah, Yeah.
10.
Misses.
No, 12.
Misses, unfortunately.
Okay.
Galahad comes around and you see him sprint up and tries to get on the other side of Seraphim, and he just takes out his little sword. It's just a crude sword, and he pulls out a dagger from the other hand as well. So his first attack is a natural 16. That's going to hit, and his dagger, oh, that's cocked. That was a 1 in 19. Oh, thank God. Natural 18. Cool. So you see him cut through with his sword, and he does a decent amount of damage. It's just a crude weapon, really. But then his dagger comes out, and he stabs Seraphim with the dagger. Seraphim now runs a DC check. Brilliant. So with the poison in his dagger, as he stabs him, Seraphim just gets a little bit just dazed. The next attack on this target has advantage. Cool. That's the end of Galahad's turn. It is back up to Seraphim. Seraphim's going to look at both of you, doesn't know which one to attack first. He looks at you and he goes, well, you're in front of me, so fuck it. He attempts to just attack you with his spear with a natural 2, just fuck all. And he can't really cast a spell because there's too much happening in front of him right now that he just doesn't have enough space to cast a spell. So that is his turn, but back up to you, Fabrizio.
Okay. So now I'm going to try to cast Hold Person on him. Let's see if it
Hell yeah.
if it actually
Let's see
comes
if it
through.
works.
So same thing, put my hand on my breastplate on the symbol of Tyr that's etched into my armor, and I try to put Hold Person on him.
Cool. Oh, that's a
But
16 and an
it's gonna be
18.
tough. Okay.
I'm
yeah.
so sorry. Yeah.
No, I knew that was gonna be a tough one.
Yeah, a DC of 12, but he's like a mage also, so he's gonna have a pretty high.
Yeah.
Um,
Right.
Cool.
It makes sense.
Anything else that you want to do there?
No, I'm
Okay.
good.
Yeah, cool. You're still staying within
because I-
engagement. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
very
it's so I don't I cast the spell so I don't also get a halberd attack with that.
No,
if
no.
cast
Yeah, I
the
was just
spell,
seeing
that's
if you were
fine.
gonna move around him or anything like that.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna stay right in front.
Fucking
of him.
come here.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Focus.
Thaxos, it's back to you.
All right, so Embodiment of Law again. I'm going to use an enchantment spell as a bonus action. I'm going to cast Bless on Galahad, myself, and Fabrizio.
Fuck yeah.
So they get an extra 1d4 for all checks and attack rolls. Because I aided them, are they both within engagement?
Yes, both of them
Range?
are engaged. Yeah.
So then they both get a weapon attack
Fucking brilliant.
at him.
Go for
With
it.
my voice of authority. I grab him and I say, Tyr, guide us now and give us what we need to defeat this evil.
Hell yeah. So Galahad's gonna roll for his attack, but Fabrizio, you can roll to attack as well. Hell
Okay.
yeah.
Now, you said the next attack has advantage. So do you guys both have advantage?
Well, it's
on
just
your
it'll be the
swings.
next attack. So I'll say Fabrizio, you actually get that advantage because you're gonna go ahead of
Okay.
him. So go ahead.
Okay. There we go. 27.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, my first roll was a 2. It's a 17 damage.
Hell yeah. Cool. That's fantastic. You see that Galahad finds purchase as well. So both attacks land. Seraphim just, getting peppered from both sides there. Looks really pissed at both of you. It is down to Galahad's turn. Galahad.
Oh, no, that was my bonus action.
Fuck yeah. Go for it.
Yeah, that was my bonus action to let you guys attack.
Yeah, go for it.
So then I'm going to cast a level 3 guiding bolt.
Hell yeah. Cool. Go for it.
There you go.
Well, I don't think that's going to hit 11.
11 misses, unfortunately. Do you have Bless, though?
Oh, yeah, I did bless myself. Hold on,
Okay,
so I can
yeah.
add a d4 to that.
Because the AC to meet is 17, though. So,
I don't think oh, yeah, so
Yeah.
then 11 plus 3, 4. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
unfortunate. But just make sure you guys remember you guys are blessed right now. So Galahad
Yes.
is going to remember that he's blessed as well. But he's just going to roll his sword. That's going to hit. And his poison dagger. Oh, 7 plus 5 is going to give him 12. Unfortunately, no, never mind. So he manages to find purchase with his sword, slashes into Seraphim. Seraphim reels back from it, really fucking pissed at everyone here. Just goes, "You are being insolent, children." Back to his turn. He is going to try and attack you there, Fabrizio. With a natural 6, doesn't do shit. He is pissed. He is going to try and push away, and he is going to try and run between both of you and Galahad towards Thaxos. Both of you get attack of opportunity on him. Galahad.
Is this still advantage or no?
No advantage now.
Okay, then I miss.
Okay.
I rolled a 10.
So he pushes past both of you and runs towards you, Thaxos, but he can't do anything else with his turn. Fabrizio, it is your turn. He's about 10 feet away from you right now. Or 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna move up just a little bit because I have that big ass long halberd, so I'm gonna try to catch him as he's coming by me again. So it's 26,
Hell yeah.
13 damage. Second attack. Oh, it was nat 20.
Holy
Second attack.
fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah, you need one of those.
Yes, let's go.
It's about fucking time. that's gonna be so. This attack is doubled.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 20 damage on the second attack.
Fuck you, dude. All right, it's just an NPC. All right, relax. Fucking relax. That's insane. Hell yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it. That's just your first attack, I'm pretty sure, right? Oh, no, that was your second attack. Yeah, awesome.
That was the second attack. Yeah.
Anything else you want to do there as well? You can move in closer and so that you can get like flanking on him as well if you want.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, cool.
I'll move up a little bit closer behind him.
Brilliant. Thaxos, it is back to your turn.
All right, so I approach him. For my bonus action, I'll cast Spiritual Weapon, a large warhammer, similar to the one on my holy symbol of Tyr, appears to his right, to my left of him, and I walk up in a flanking position, and I go to strike him with my warhammer.
Hell yeah.
With flanking, I have advantage on the attack.
He's currently facing you though, so currently you don't have flanking, but you just have a regular attack.
Damn, 13?
13 misses, unfortunately.
Oh, hold on, my bless.
You need a 17.
15.
Fuck.
Damn.
His AC is 17, just so you guys know as well.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Back to Galahad then. Galahad runs in and he's going to try the exact same thing. So with his sword, he has advantage because of you. 6 and a 4 does nothing, but his poison dagger, he's going to try and attack. And he does find purchase, which means that the next attack on him, on Seraphim, has advantage. So back up to Seraphim.
Really quick. Does my spiritual weapon get an attack, or just casting it and then next round it gets an attack?
You can actually, with this round, attack with that if you want.
With this round, okay, perfect.
So you can do that up now if you want to.
Oh, okay, awesome. So +6 to hit.
Smash him up.
That would be a natural 17
Hell
plus
yeah.
a 23.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
9 damage with the spiritual weapon.
You see that Seraphim is looking pretty beat up right now. He is, again, he's an old man, but he's got the Spear of Destiny and a fuck ton of fire within his lungs. You see that now that he's taking a significant amount of damage, he starts looking more and more invigorated. In between your turn, as a legendary action, he stabs the spear into his arm and pulls it back out. In doing that, you see that he feels more and more invigorated, and there is now fire running through his veins, and you can see that he's visibly getting warmer and warmer. Galahad is going to come up, missed his turn, top of the round, it is Seraphim. Seraphim is going to look over at you specifically, Thaxos, because you're right in front of him, and he's going to try and attack you with the spear. With a natural 18 on the die, he's definitely going to get you. And that,
Yeah, my AC's 21.
yeah. And he is going to do max damage. Look at that, 10 points of damage straight away as he just stabs the spear into you. He turns around and he's going to try and cast Acid Splash at disadvantage because you are well within melee right there, Fabrizio. I need you to roll a dex save for me.
Okay. 6.
6. Unfortunate. He's going to do 6 points of acid damage to you. That's the end of his turn. Fabrizio, it is your turn.
Okay. So I'm still directly behind him at this point, or no?
Yeah, and
Or
now he's
turned to
facing you.
face-
Yeah, he's turned to
He's
face you.
facing me
Yeah.
now.
So
Okay.
you still have
All right, so
advantage because Thaxos is still flanking him.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna attack with the halberd.
Mhm.
16 doesn't hit, right?
16 doesn't hit, but
said
you
seven.
have Bless, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I forget.
Yeah, roll that D4, bro.
Ah, good. I did. I got the 4 on it.
Yeah, hell
All right,
yeah.
So that's gonna hit.
Yep.
So that's 11 damage on the first attack,
Jeez.
and that's 7. So it's 17. So then 17 plus the D4. That'll get me enough to hit him on the second attack.
Yep. 17 is his AC, so you would have hit him anyways, which is really
Okay,
good. Yeah,
cool.
cool.
And then 10 on the second.
Hell yeah. Cool.
And then I was gonna say I've taken a little bit of damage. I'm actually gonna use a bonus action. I have Warrior of the Gods.
Cool.
One of my abilities. I'm gonna roll a D12. I have 5 charges of this. I get a D12 of healing that I can heal myself with.
Hell yeah.
Bonus action.
Go for it.
Nice. All right, so I'm gonna get 11 health back.
Love that. Love to hear it. Love to hear that. In between that, it is a legendary action, and as a legendary action, Seraphim is going to try and weaken your resolve. So he looks at Galahad, who's going to make a wisdom save. So on a wisdom save, on a fail, he will lose a full attack, essentially.
Shit. Okay.
You rolled 10. That's not enough. Galahad loses one of his attack actions. So without his poison dagger, he's only going to be able to hit with his sword, essentially.
With the sword.
Yeah,
Okay.
he can still hit with the sword. Thaxos, it is your turn. Seraphim's looking really beat up right now.
Really beat up? Okay. All right. Let me see here. So first thing, I'll have my spiritual weapon go up to him to hit him. That's 15 plus 6, 21.
Hell yeah.
That's 6 damage with the spiritual weapon.
He's looking so bad right now.
All right. I walk up to him. I begin to breathe in, and as I'm breathing in, the moisture in the air begins to cold and freeze, and it comes into me. And then I go, and I release my breath.
Hell
attack.
yeah. Fuck yes. Go for it.
He has to roll a Constitution saving throw of 12. And if he succeeds, he takes half damage.
Okay. So his con, he doesn't have advantage on this at all, but his con is a +3, right? So I'm going to roll. What did I need to be?
12.
He rolled a 12 on the die. Go ahead and still roll your damage, though, and see what happens. He takes half of this, right?
Yes, it's 11 cold damage, so it would be half of that.
Faxos. How do you want to do this?
Yes. I breathe in the cold, like I said, breathe in the moisture begins to freeze, and am I behind him or in front of him?
You're behind him right now.
I behind him. I grab him on his shoulders, and as he looks over his shoulders, I release the cold breath straight into his whole upper body and his head and freeze his head solid.
You see that his head just almost instantly turns to a fucking icicle, and as he lands on the ground, it just bursts, right? The ice around him, that form, just bursts, leaving just him gasping for air, and in his final and his dying breath, Seraphim speaks. Do you think you have brought justice to your fallen brethren? He scoffs. When I sent you to Arwad, I told your fellow knights that the gods have deemed the temple of Tyr and the Doitieri family unholy. The loved ones, your loved ones, were slain by your very own, for they thought they were executing orders from the divine. How many have you slain for my sake? You will never find redemption. You will never know peace. And then he gasps his last. What do you do?
Stomp him out.
Go. You just stomp him out.
I
Yeah.
just
Crush his frozen head.
Just crush his frozen head, stomp on his body. The Fabrizio is like lost it at this point. Like his normal like little sense of humor and composure is just gone. He's still in his trance and is just like
Just beating the
to the
shit
point
out
where
of him. Yeah.
his Fabrizio's a big guy, so his boot is almost like making a dent in the ground at this point. Just like in a completely lost his composure, like going nuts.
While he's doing that, I'm just gonna slowly grab the spear.
Yeah, good. Yeah, good.
Just slowly. I don't want to get in the way of his rage.
Yeah.
Just want to grab the spear.
I'm gonna.
And I let him finish.
Yeah. Galahad looks at both of you and just drops both his weapons. It's true that we may never find true redemption for our souls, but as an act of repentance, we should vow to protect that spear until we find one worthy to carry it. I have nothing binding me here, and from what he said, I don't think there is anything binding you here either. I know of a temple in Haiti. It is hidden within the valley of the crescent moon. There we shall wait until our time comes and the divines have redeemed our souls. What say you? You vow to protect this spear with me.
I'm like calming down, coming out of the rage now, like leaving the trance. And I kind of like grab him by the shoulder, say, "Brother, we will stay with you. We will protect this spear for the rest of our lives. As long as we draw breath, we will make sure that this spear does not fall into the wrong hands ever again. That would be my vow." And Brother Faxosa, what to say you?
Thaxus looks around his home. This is all he ever knew.
Mm.
He sees the slain, the blood, the guts, looks down at the spear, and he just throws it to Fabrizio and says, "Brothers, this is my home. This temple has taught me everything I've known. I will stay here, and I will rebuild in the name of Tyr. We cannot let this evil man bring folly to our God. I will rebuild the temple, and I will do it in Tyr's name, and I will do it right. If you ever need me, I will be here, and you know where to find me."
Galahad looks at you. Then, brothers, if we are to rebuild this temple, I shall rebuild with you, and we shall protect the spear here. I shall stay by your side, brother. And Galahad comes in to, shake your hand there.
I reach out, I grab him, I pull him in tight, and I say, "I am sorry some people forgot about you, and that it took us so long to find you. But trust our God. Justice, though blind, always rises to the top."
If we are staying here, we will have the support and allegiance of the Doitieri family. But combined with our courage and our devotion to Tyr, we will help bring this temple back to glory.
He, looks at both of you, smiles. for the new empire. And that is where we're going to end this session.
And when he says that, I say, all right, guys, great. I throw them mop buckets.
Yeah. Let's start cleaning.
You guys start cleaning.
Yeah. So where are you going? I got to order supplies. What are you? I'm hungry. It's like, I couldn't eat
I gotta
a
go
fucking
clean the
wolf.
blood.
Yeah.
I gotta go wipe all the ruins off my new office. I gotta go wipe the ruins off the floor.
Yeah. God, my New Balances are stained, dude. This it's gonna take so fucking long. Does anyone have alcohol wipes? You're looking around.
Suckers.
Fantastic, dude.
Fabrizio goes looking for the wine cellar.
That's brilliant. Oh well, look, guys, that was an absolute pleasure. I had so much fun playing with you guys. Oh man. Is there anything you guys want to? Is there anything you guys want to point the people to?
Yeah, I mean, if you had fun hanging out, I mean, and Judah has mentioned this before when he's looked at some of our campaigns before. If you do get a chance to check out our Twitch, Crit1nDun, we have it set up in Chris, who's DMing this session. We all rotate DMing, but it's just a group of us hanging out in the basement. We want to make it feel like it's just hanging out, playing with us. We do everything in person with all the minis, the table. I mean, the music in the background. Everything we do is on site at our DM's house. So if you check out our Instagram, our Twitch, we have our videos up on YouTube also. Yeah, I mean, we'd appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely spend the time, watch the YouTube videos, get caught up on the Thieves Gambit, which is our current campaign, see the characters we're playing, and definitely tune in. We'll be posting very soon when our next session will be.
Sweet. Fantastic. I mean, again, like I said before, I'll make sure that links are in the description below when this comes out.
Awesome.
And also, I want to say a massive shout out to Anna. I'm going to butcher your last name. I'm so sorry. But it's Bundiska, I think, from D&D One-Shot Adventures. Again, like I mentioned, the knight that you fought was actually the samurai spirit from her most recent adventure, The Unraveling. I'll have links to that as well in the description. Anna, I'm so sorry.
Nice.
I apologize. These guys petrified me, dude. I took that out because I was like, there's no way these guys are going to paralyze me. I'll just take that out and then reflavor it. Fuck me, right? I should have just listened to you, Anna. But if you guys like what you heard, then stay tuned. Listen to The Second Wind, where we'll discuss this episode and so much more. But if you like this episode, please rate it, share it with your friends, and you can follow us on Instagram at OneShotDND. I hope you guys had fun, and we'll see you in the next episode.